Hello everybody, and welcome to the Go Grava channel, where it's a cold December 27th in Reading, Pennsylvania, and I wanted to do a recap video for the end of 2024, just going a nice little walk here, and then talk about 2025 a little bit. But yeah, it's been an interesting year for sure opening a bike shop, and it has not been easy. It's been pretty difficult to say the least, and as everybody's seen, you know, we've lost so many brands over the past, I don't know, couple of years. You know, most recently GT, owned by the Pond Corporation, has been shelved, and Rocky Mountain Bikes up in Canada is in administration. And I think Stages went to Giant at some point. Just a real shake-up in the bike economy. And wow, that sun's probably right behind me. It is. See if I block the sun with my head. There we go. And yeah, in a bike shop, it hasn't been much easier either. And probably crazy to think that you know, you could be successful opening a bike shop in 2024. Because it's just not, you know, I wanted to do it. I started the company in 23, but felt like the economy was so bad. It was a bad idea. I did it in 24 because you just can't wait forever, I feel. At some point you have to pull the trigger on things. And so 2024 has been more of a thing of me learning the complexity of cycling, really. Coming into owning a bike shop, I thought I was a pretty good mechanic. I thought I was a really good mechanic, and I got humbled really fast, really quickly. And so really 2024 has been about getting in the reps. Like, I've been doing reps, because those reps are what are going to increase my knowledge. And you keep at it, you keep working at it with the idea behind just improving yourself and increasing your knowledge base every single day. And before you know it, you'll be a bike professional. And anybody can do this, I think. Anybody who's mechanically inclined can get in there and figure it out. But it hasn't been without the times of me actually saying, you know what, I was wrong about that. I said something that was incorrect, and then going back and learning from that, and admitting to it, that you don't know everything you think you know. like that's a big part of it, dropping the ego and saying, no, this isn't really working. So 2024 started off as a rough year. Wasn't selling a lot of bikes, did a ton of maintenance work, but it wasn't until, say, July, August, that I thought the company or the idea would actually take hold, and this could be a profitable venture. All of that came from bringing in e-mobility, or changing my mindset about what a bike shop is. It's more than just bikes. It's about mobility. That's e-scooters, e-bikes, adaptive equipment for handicapped people that have handicaps, not handicapped people that have handicaps. And yeah, and that's everything that did it. I would say if you open an e-bike shop in 2025, you'll probably be fine. Everybody's buying e-bikes. Anybody who's into cycling seems they bought all the bikes they wanted to buy during the lockdown time. And it may be another year or two before you kind of get that demand back for regular bicycles. So the amount of resilience needed to start a bike shop is tremendously high. The shop's closed this week, and I've been working pretty much every day for the whole year, starting this YouTube channel, building an online store, just tremendous amount of work. I think the smart way to do it would have been to buy an existing bike shop. So if you're thinking about this idea of you want to be a bike shop owner, then I would say buying an existing bike shop would be the safer way to do it, because you're buying the customer base and you're buying all the accounts, right? It took me much longer to get all of the accounts I needed to be what I'd considered a functioning bike shop. That was not easy. It took a lot longer than I thought. Some companies were great, were responsive, but there's still this mix of the old school model of creating protective bubbles around dealers and mixing in with this online sales model. So it's really interesting time to open a bike shop. But for me, it's all about reps, getting in my reps. Because I believe that you do something long enough, you will professionalize yourself if you care about the quality of your work and you're curious enough to ask questions and you're brave enough to put yourself out there like I'm doing on YouTube. I mean, YouTube's been fantastic, because if I do make a video and I just go with the assumption I don't know everything, and then I say something that's incorrect, people do correct you. There's something that innate, there's something about us where if we have a set of knowledge that somebody else doesn't have, we love the opportunity of correcting people when we see somebody's doing something wrong. Now, I'm not saying somebody, you shouldn't correct people. I love the corrections. I really do. Like, no, that's not right. Like recent video with the pole ratios, completely forgot about pole ratios. So now I have to do a part 2 video on my ultimate gravel build, monster gravel build, and say, yep, I was actually wrong about this. This is the way it's supposed to work. But I had an idea around what I wanted to do because of a problem I had in a bike shop, which I'll talk about in that video. But let's talk about 2025. And I'm switching hands here because it's so cold. Put my hand in my pocket. Man, it's freezing up north. And we got to get through this first winter of the bike shop. And up in the north, it means it's going to be super, super slow. And we're not going to have much business here until we get some 60-degree days coming up. So we're rebuilding the bike shop. Since 70% of my work was mechanics work. And since we had that 70% of our work be mechanics work, I decided to build a second mechanics bay, because there could be a competitive edge there in being able to turn over bikes quickly in a bike shop, where other bike shops are taking 7 to 10 days to get work done. If you can turn work over quickly, there's a competitive edge right there. So I'm doubling down on the mechanics stuff. I have another person I hired as a mechanic to help me with these things, and we'll see how that turns out. But I think it'll turn out well, besides the bike industry working against me and turning things over quickly, because as I've realized in this journey is that it is super difficult now that cycling has gotten so complicated. I mean, 10 speed, 11 speed, 12 speed, mountain, road, gravel. Now you have the advent of new Chinese companies coming in. You have Microshift, L2, all these different Chinese companies coming in, and there's all these compatibility issues. So stocking a full set of SRAM, full set of Shimano, stocking all these different brands, and being able to do quick service turnarounds like on forks and shocks. Just think about all the forks and shocks out there. I mean, there's just a lot of different brands. The whole industry is saturated, and everybody does things a little bit differently. So it does make it extremely difficult to turn service around so quickly because of the variety and the incompatibility of bike parts and things like that. I think being a bike mechanic maybe 10, 15 years ago wasn't as difficult as it is now with the advent of e-bikes and electronic shifting and these bike computers and all the sensors and equipment and all the different brands that have kind of flooded the market. It is not easy. Which again gives me some hope that a mobility store has some viability. If you could professionalize mobility, not just bikes, professionalize mobility and fix scooters and fix e-bikes and complicated bicycles and regular bicycles, you have more of the market to service in your community than you would just being a standard high-end bike shop. And then again, we want to service high-end and the regular consumer at the same time. So we'll see how that all works out in 2025. I am hopeful. I don't know how tariffs are going to do, but in the end, I am hopeful. I am always an optimist when it comes to this stuff. I love challenges. And thanks for everybody for watching. The YouTube channel is growing slowly, and I'll be getting better at this, even this YouTube stuff at the same time. But for now, I'm running the shop. I'm a mechanic. I do the marketing. I built the web page. YouTube channel's mine. The social media stuff, I do all that. Like, I'm wearing literally 10 different hats in this beginning process here. Probably work 60 to 80 hours a week. Just because there's always something to do, and I'm enjoying it very much. Now, if I could make a paycheck out of this, it would be a home run for me. If I could pay myself, it would be great. But for now, we keep trucking on, we stay optimistic, and everything's not going to stay down forever, folks. When you have these down times, you always end up having the up times afterwards, and I want to be there during this disruption phase and this uptime. So enjoy your 2025. I hope you had a good 2024. And until I make my next video or finish up this ultimate monster gravel build where I have to give my apologies to El Twu on not understanding pull ratios, but I tell you right now, I got some things to say as a new person into the cycling industry here on the mechanics level, is that I'm not happy about some of this stuff, and I'm going to vent a little bit about it, because good luck finding what the pull ratios are on stuff or finding information about compatibility, because it doesn't really exist besides some wild guys out there trying to do it on their own. All right, I got to get back inside. It is cold. Talk to you next year. Bye.